Today we're going to be looking at Good Die Young in the color Devil's Ivy. So you may notice that my swatches are labeled 1 through 12. I do just want to say that is not meant to be synonymous with hair levels. The numbers just help us keep track of each swatch throughout the video. 1 is pink, 2 is a dyed gray, 3 is a natural medium red, 4 is black, and then 4 to 11 is a range that goes to platinum blonde, and then number 12 is like a toned version of number 11. So I'm going to start by taking the color directly from the container, and I will apply it to the very top of each swatch. Some people do like to dilute their dye, so I will do a diluted version at the bottom of each swatch. Please keep in mind everyone's hair is different, which means everyone's hair will take colors differently. Plus, different screens and monitors can make a color look different, especially the undertone. So please just use my video as a reference for how this could possibly turn out for you. For the diluted section, we are doing a 4:1 ratio. So that will be 1 part of our color to 4 parts diluter. And if you're wondering what diluter is, it's basically just something that will lighten the color of a semi-permanent dye. Some brands do make their own diluters, but not all brands. And since I am doing a bunch of different brands on my channel, I just use a plain white conditioner as my diluter. I'm gonna let these sit for an hour. I will then rinse them out, and when they are dry, I'll meet you back here and we can look at the before and afters. I say this in every video of mine, but if you're new here, my swatches are not virgin hair. So virgin hair is hair that's never been chemically colored, treated, or bleached before, making it less porous than chemically treated hair. Therefore, my swatches will likely take color better than your hair if your hair is virgin. So I think something like this, the Devil's Ivy, would probably be good up to dark blonde hair. If you have porous hair and it's darker than a dark blonde, I do think it would still work, but the color obviously changes a little bit as the swatches underneath get a little bit darker. The color turns more natural, mossy, kind of earthy versus the slightly more saturated bright version on the lighter swatches. And even on the darkest swatch, it kind of loses that greenness a bit. I mean, it's still there, but it's nothing like the lighter swatches. So I would categorize this color as a medium to light, depending on the porosity of your hair. My platinum blonde swatch today didn't seem as porous as some of the other swatches, so it did turn out kind of light, but the swatches around it, number 10 and number 12, did turn out a little bit darker, meaning they're probably more porous. As for undertone, I feel like it can be either one of two things, or both, technically. Regardless, I would overall say it's a very warm undertone green, which technically I think is a dark yellow, which ultimately will just look green as it gets darker. So whatever you want to say, I think is correct. But because of those really, really warm undertones, I personally don't think it's necessary to tone the hair beforehand. And it also is one of the reasons why I think you probably don't need to bleach your hair a ton either to get a good result with this. But always, always, always do a strand test so you know what you're getting into. And I will say this is my favorite color. I think it's a very polarizing color, but it is my favorite color. So as for comparisons, this is incredibly unique to my collection and I'm so excited that it exists. But I personally don't have anything that's a genuinely good comparison. So we're gonna start with Arctic Fox in the color Space Cowgirl, which might seem like a silly comparison, but I need two. And this is one of my most yellowy greens, but next to Devil's Ivy, Space Cowgirl does not look yellowy at all. So not only is it much, much more cool, it's also much, much lighter, and Space Cowgirl is meant to be a neon. So it's pretty far off from being similar, but maybe you wanted to see these together. My next comparison is Lunar Tides in the color Aurora. One thing I liked about Aurora for this comparison is that they both had a little bit of that, I don't know if dustiness is quite the right word, but they're both not super bright colors. But Aurora is still a little bit lighter and still very cool in comparison. If you know of any very warm greens like this, Devil's Ivy, I would love to try it. Feel free to let me know that they exist. And I will definitely compare those to Devil's Ivy in the future when I do those videos. But overall, I still hope my video helped. If you have a request, I do have a link below to a Google form you can fill out. Just remember, I only do brands that do not test on animals. But I am also open to video ideas as well. Thank you so very, 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 very much to my patrons. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.